Alright, welcome to Let's Play with Nintendo Legend. Today's game is Hatris. Hatris is a fun puzzle game made by Alexei Pajitnov, who also made a little game you may have heard of called Tetris. I'm going to start at the lowest stage and shop and see how much of this game I can show you. I'm not great at it, but I think I'm okay. I understand some of the basic concepts, even if I'm not an advanced player. The idea, as you can now see, is to match the hats atop the heads at the bottom of the screen. You can press A to switch the two hats around. You can press down to push them to the bottom. And as you can see there, when one has dropped, you can freely move the other, which is what you'll be doing all game. And if you've never played Hatris before, and you'd like to try it, and if I can give you one tip, I would say the basic strategy for Hatris is to keep two tall columns on the left and right side of the screen, if you can. I'm not doing a very good job showing an example of it just yet, but I'll develop it, you'll see. Because what that will do is always, or at least hopefully nearly always, allow you to drop one hat on the tall part and then maneuver the other. If you have tall stacks in the middle, the problem you'll run into is you will more often, more likely, be forced to drop one hat onto a tall stack, and then the other one falls below the height of a stack beside it, and you can't move it around. I mean, as you can see in physically manipulating these hats in a digital space, they can't move left and right through the stacks, so the height of each stack becomes the obstacle you are dealing with. That cash-in screen right here means that I can cash in any of the helpers I've stocked up for bonus points. You can see on the right column those little faces. I'll use one now to show you. The helpers can do things for you. This is Vladimir. He can switch a column's position from one place to another. Alexei, up top, he can actually remove up to 5 hats from the bottom of the stacks. And so I'm going to use my remaining Vladimir to start those two side stacks like I was trying to explain earlier. And I like to use tall hats on the sides to hopefully, in theory, have more freedom to drop onto there and then move away. Although right there, you can see it doesn't always work out. So yeah, this is Hatris. You might notice that it is a bit slower paced than a game like Tetris or Dr. Mario or Tetris Attack or another classic you can think of. This is really more of a game of patience and precision. Mathematically, mistakes are more costly in Hatris than even in most puzzle games. Because with every misplaced hat, it's going to take 4 more hats just to clear that wrong hat on the stack. And this is compounded by the fact that one wrong hat, depending on the type of hat, can greatly increase the stack height, which can limit your mobility across the board. So I'm sure you can imagine how, especially in the later game, one mistake quickly compounds itself. Although I know Tetris has a similar phenomenon going for it as well. If you haven't noticed yet, one thing I do love about Hatris is the drop mechanic. when you press down, it doesn't instantly drop to the bottom of the screen. In fact, it drops to just before contacting the hat. This gives you a little time to maneuver. See, just right there. I pressed down, dropped it, then you still have that brief moment you can maneuver. Or, like that, you can just hit down, let it drop, and then hit down again for the other one. Hatris has, in my opinion, a lot... Oh, I just screwed up. That's okay. Maybe I am not the type of Let's Player who is good at talking and playing at the same time. Oh, now we got the Charlie Chaplins down there. The faces change after each stage. A stage is when you complete 15 matches. A lot of hat matching going on. I think they should have just done 10 matches per stage myself, but I talk a little more about that in my review of the game. See, I moved that stack over because I want it to be on the rightmost side rather than have a well on the right column, but it's really not going to make a huge difference yet until I get the other tallest one at the edge as well. There we go. I haven't been able to use Alexi yet because each helper has 3 types of hat that correspond to building them up. You can see each of them has 4 out of their 5. And see, I just got a new helper there. But Alexi uses the 3 later hats, the ones you have to gain after a few levels, so you can't even get him for a while. The derby hats go toward him, so if I get one more derby match, which I actually should be able to now. There we go. Okay. Now I have an Alexi. Alexi is fantastic because he removes hats from the bottom of the stacks. But another tip, when you activate a helper, the current pair of hats on screen disappears altogether. They just completely disappear. So sometimes you'll even find yourself activating a helper just to get rid of a pesky pair. You may not even need the helper, you just want to not have those mismatched hats. And you'll get those sometimes, like for instance these 2 cowboy hats here. Hatris is a game where doubles are actually bad, because you have 6 columns available, and at most, eventually, there's going to be 6 types of hats. So ideally, I'm going to have 1 column assigned per hat type. So obviously, if you get a double, it's going to screw up one of your columns. So hopefully you can drop 1 in the right place, then activate a helper to get rid of the other, or whatever. But I love the helper visuals and the animations. First, the beards are the only thing that distinguishes their faces. I mean, their hairstyle is different too, but I think it's hilarious. These 2 manly Russians helping you out at the hat shop. This conveyor belt down here. I don't want to cash in Alexi, no way. But even if you notice the way they move, I think their character animations in this game are actually better than in some NES platforming games. I mean, it's already great that they use 4 colors to draw them, unlike most NES sprites, which are restricted to 3. And now you're going to start seeing wizard hats. Wizard hats are about as tall as top hats, but they have that a little bit thicker of a brim, so they stack a little taller. I like to use wizard hats as one of my tall columns on the sides, which in fact I will start to do here. Get that cowboy hat there. I love the art in this game. All the hats are distinguishable and distinctive. The cowboy hat has that little red line just to give it a little flair, but it has the dimples in the top as well. This really is a delightful game, presentationally speaking. And now I'm going to show you, this is what Alexi actually does as a helper. Just tosses those hats right away, look at that. And magically slides up the pole. Fun fact though, I don't know if you realize this, but Alexi, the one up top, Alexei Pajitnov, he's actually the inventor of Tetris. So he's the one helping you out. It's not enough for him just to create the... Oh, why did I do that? Yeah, it's not enough for him to create the game, he has to help you play it as well. Okay, this is... I'm already getting myself into a little bit of trouble here. Maybe I should talk a little less and try and... Because I don't have any helpers. I gotta figure out where I need to sacrifice. Okay. I mean, Hatris moves at a slow enough pace for a long enough time that you usually have plenty of time to think and plan and strategize. But the pacing is really odd, because it's so slow for so long. But then when it does get fast, you make one or two mistakes, and then you notice yourself quickly succumbing to a game over screen. You will probably see what I mean. Well, I'm not sure how long I'll go, but if I don't start fixing things, I'm in trouble. This is really sad. I haven't even cleared the first shop yet. I can usually at least get to the second shop. I mean, good grief. I said earlier I'm not very good, but I don't want to get rid of all 5 hats on that stack, because those 4 match, but I do want to get rid of all these. Yeah, you can only do 5, so I'll do that much. Well, these need to go somewhere. Okay, now I can put that on the left, that on the right. Start using the wizard hat as my launching platform. Later we'll see crowns, so until I see the crowns, I have a little bit of flexibility in where I can go, but this is actually going to be nice. I got my top hats on the left, wizard hats on the right, and I can drop anything I want in between. There we go. Well, okay, that was a mismatch, but otherwise, this is kind of the rhythm you want to see. Is you're dropping one hat off on the side, then maneuvering the other one in the middle where it needs to go. Obviously, there's a unique problem when you clear your tall stack, because then it's a little shorter and may not be as useful right away, but that's okay. I probably should have put that on the right side instead. That's okay. Let's see if I can... yes! That was great. You may have noticed on that last stage we completed, it said that there were no helpers to cash in. I don't like to stock my helpers a whole lot. I know one strategy is to really save them and use them in chunks, but I usually have use for them pretty quickly. I'm not good at completely avoiding mistakes. Some of it's a little inevitable, though. You just have to be able to pick and choose where you want to make your mistake and have a temporary mismatch. So yeah, I hope you like hats, because there's a ton of hats in this game. I mean, in Tetris, a half-decent player might clear 100 lines. In Hatris, you have to clear 150 hats just to clear a stage. And you gotta do that 10 times just to clear a shop. That's over 1,000 hats. 150 matches. If there are any puzzle game fans watching, I want to just say, don't you love it when you can just kind of enter autopilot? Your brain understands the game well enough that tracking the pieces is almost an instinct. I say almost because you saw me flipping that one around there. But yeah, in Hatris, once you get your 2 edge columns going and you got your middle designations, you're good to go for a while. But just wait until we get all 6 hat types and we get the crowns in here, then it probably gets the most interesting. Although I've already been playing for 15 minutes and we haven't even seen all the hat types yet. It's just how Hatris goes. Ladies. I mean, really, we're at the point now where you can, maybe with that exception, because I wanted to get rid of that, but you can look at the top of the screen, see what I'm going to get, and in all likelihood, predict exactly where I'm going to put them. Every time now. See, this is beautiful, right here. We have our 2 edge columns built up, and everything in the middle is nice and clean. You can designate exactly which hat types go where. That's what you want the board to look like in Hatris. And until we start getting junk like double crowns, we should be able to maintain a pretty clean slate for quite a while. And I'm being a little hypocritical because I'm stocking helpers, even though I said I usually don't, but I'm actually doing okay enough, I don't really need them, so this is exciting for me. But even at my best, I'm only able to get like halfway up the high score chart, like the default one the game comes with. So, it's always a little humbling. Yeah, you may notice that different hat types are worth different point values, roughly based on their size. See, I'm gonna bring him in. I don't really need to switch these columns around. I mean, it's basically the same thing anyway, but I did it just to eliminate that pesky double. That was kind of lucky. Oh, really? This is annoying. Should I activate a helper? And I hate to use Alexi, he's the more valuable one, but get rid of these. Probably get rid of this baseball cap over here. Yeah, I'll leave it. It keeps it taller. Why not? Who cares? Whatever. Let's cash in one of them. There we go. Okay, now you're going to start seeing crowns. Crowns stack awkwardly, just so you know. And I'm not sure what to do with these. I could just put them over to the right, but let's make them disappear. Give ourselves a little more room in the middle. Have a nice well. We can start a crown stack. I like using the crown on the edge because they don't stack neatly. Okay, this might start getting a little weird. Okay, there we go. I was hoping I would be able to do that soon because you don't want like one tall middle stack. That makes things crunchy real quick. So yeah, we're 20 minutes in. Do you really get the sense that I'm in much more trouble than I was earlier? How about if I use Alexi here? Yeah? You really feel that sense of anxious tension yet? No? Well, it's Hattress for you. For those who like to take it easy. I know you're just so thrilled that I pick games like Hattress to do Let's Play videos of. So great, right? Look at that, 300 points. Crowns! And yeah, apparently you can score a quote-unquote Hattress by clearing 2 stacks at the exact same time, and supposedly the points from each one double when you do it. I don't think I've ever done it in my entire life. I don't know if maybe I should go for it more often and try to do it, but I can't imagine ever being in a situation where it'd be able to be done. I'm going so far as to even try to think of a hat-related song to sing to pass the time, but I'm coming up empty. The only one I can think of is a children's song about a 3-cornered hat. Do you know that one? My hat, it has 3 corners. 3 corners has my hat, and had it not 3 corners, it would not be my hat. And then you slowly... oh shoot. With kids you can play it as a game where you remove a word each time. So let's say you remove the word hat, then it becomes my, it has 3 corners, 3 corners has my... and had it not 3 corners, it would not be my... Then if you remove hat and corners, you have my, it has 3 has my, and had it not 3, it would not be my... See, so fun, right? Right? Children's songs, fun, yeah? Hattress. Oh, don't get me wrong, I like Hattress. I think it's a better game than many people give it credit for, actually. I think it's... as a puzzle game, it's very mechanically sound. I mean, any system you can create where shapes are always falling, but you can keep gameplay going for an hour or 2, but you do eventually inevitably die. I mean, that does take some talent. And Hattress is much more organized, and it makes more sense than... there's a game called Pyramid. It's an unlicensed NES game. Because Pyramid is much more of a direct ripoff from Tetris. You can rotate the pieces, but they're at angles. That's their big hook. But the board was way too big, and the pieces just don't fit together well, and it was not a smart, well-executed game. It was one of those cases where someone thought of the idea, hey, let's do Tetris, but with angles. And they're like, oh, okay. They didn't bother to try and make a real effort in playtesting or tweaking or mechanically perfecting it. They just kind of made it at its basic core and went with it, you know? But Hattress, there's just little touches. You can tell they actually thought about how the system works as a game. You know? It's still not as good as Tetris, though. And you may think I'm in a little bit of trouble right now, because like all the stacks are getting mismatched, but one Alexei will get rid of half of those. But I'm actually going to use Vladimir right now. Let's see. Because obviously I don't have the two tallest at the sides, but how much is it really going to help to have cowboy hats over there? We'll give it a shot. Now look at that running animation, isn't that great? It's so great. That's what I was hoping for, to get a wizard hat right away. That way I can put that there. This is kind of weird to have top hats below everything I want. Because, see, like right now it screws it up. No, maybe I am in a little bit of trouble, not a whole lot. Don't want to cash anything in, no thanks, I need the help. Alright, this is going to be our top hat stack, right here. Keep derbies there. Yeah, good thing derbies and cowboys are getting along. Boom! Oh good! Cowboy crown, that's exactly what I needed right there. And yes, keep the crowns coming, I want that stack tall. Not so tall that's going to kill me if I put something else on it, but dang it, those top hats here are screwing me up. One's under the derbies. I mean, I'm sacrificing a Vladimir here just to get rid of that pesky pair. This next set, I'm just going to rotate it and then put it on the left there. But then after that, I think we're okay. Well, let's see if we can fit this on there and then go to the right. Okay, that was cool. You may notice there's a little delay after every match you make. In my opinion, it's just a second or two too long. It's just, if they would have made that little after making a match delay just a little shorter, I think it really would have improved the pacing of this game. Just my opinion, but oh nice, wizard hat, crown, good. Now they're back to being the two tallest. Is that 4 cowboy hats under the wizard hats on the left, though? That's gonna bug me. Oh, cool. I was able to fit that top hat in. Oh, clear him, clear him! Yeah! Oh, and look at this. A top hat right by it. Perfect. Boom. We'll be able to make that work. Do it again. See, look. We're back in action. Feeling fine. This next one we're about to match to. Boom, and boom. Man, top hats everywhere. That's no good. I probably shouldn't even gotten rid of that stack, but oh well. You can always use Vladimir. In Soviet Russia, hats wear you! No, they don't, Eric. You're being silly. See, I'm already talking to myself, kind of going crazy. Isn't that what a Let's Play video is, though? Talking to yourself as you play a video game. Ah, darn double. Use Alexei, just get rid of the double. Get rid of that hat. Let's go ahead and get rid of the... Oh, I probably should have got rid of just the one derby rather than the 2 stack. That's okay. That's fine. Whatever. Just do it. Nike. Excuse me. Alright, we're at shop 9. Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant... We're at shop 09, but we only need to clear one more set of hats to get to the next shop. Never mind, never mind. I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm not able to. All this time we're only in the first shop and there's 9 shops total. And don't worry, I won't even make it to any of the later shops, but I would at least like to show one shop change. That'd be nice. The good news is I think we will get there. If I can fit this, move over. Oh, just barely. Oh, no, it didn't work. Uh-oh. Thought the cowboy hat was gonna make it, and it didn't. Oh, lame. Gonna start whining like a child. Yep, see, I couldn't get the crown over. Put the top hat over here. Stupid doubles. Yes, I'm using this Alexi just to get rid of that double. But we can also get rid of these mismatches and just do the rest as well. We already have a cowboy pile, so. There we go, blank slate in that column. Derby. You know what? I probably, well, what crown there was. This isn't really good. This is not good. Because look at this, we only have top hats and derbies down there. Well, I'm only getting top hats, it seems. So I can put this wizard's hat over here, but I still have tall stacks in the middle I don't want. Get rid of this stack on top of the crown, though. Shoot. Oh no, we can put the derby on top of the crown, I think. Right? We should do that, right? Eh, just get rid of it. The pair, I mean. Yeah, we don't want to move it. We'll just leave it there. There you go. There we go. Start the crown stack. Alright, here we go. Wizard hats and crowns. Let's do this. Put the derby over there. Oh, I couldn't get it over! I'm using Alexi primarily just to eliminate that errant derby cap, but while we're down here, we might as well get rid of that misplaced crown as well. There we go! And just like that, see, we're back in action. Every hat has a column, and I have my 2 tallest stacks on the right and left side. I am a happy Hattress player right now. This is good. No helpers to cash. Okay, there we go. We completed our first shop, so enjoy the show. Alexi was in the hat all along. And then they do this little act where they look at that. I love that running animation. So smooth and cartoon-like. This happy face thing really is random though. The smiley face, so random. It just kind of repeats until you press A. So, oh, see the second shop. It starts with a few hats in play, but you kind of have to force yourself just to kind of think of it as not being there and not let it affect your decisions too much, and just let yourself dictate the gameplay rather than the game. But I'm already getting a little flustered. I'm already letting it bother me too much that there's already so many mismatches. Trying not to think about how much work it's going to be to fix those if I don't get help soon. Okay, those can be gotten rid of. Okay, I'm getting matches, which is fine, but oh, here's our problem. Let's put the crown over there at least. We can start a crown stack. Can we get that over in time? Yes, we can. Good. Ooh. Jeez. I shouldn't have done that. You know what? I thought about it, but now I realize I should have just put the wizard's hat over the left like I always want to. But see, you find yourself hoping things like, well, if I get rid of these wizard hats quick enough in the middle now, I can move them over. But, well, see, in the midst of trying to get rid of the wizard's hats in the middle, I've already made 3 new mismatches on the sides. So, I'm not doing so hot right now. It's recoverable. It's recoverable. We have an Alexi, so we'll get rid of that mismatch. Get rid of these 2 derbies. Get rid of that crown. I can get rid of 1 more, so I guess this 1 baseball cap is a good choice. Okay. I'm gonna feel okay about this. Let's move the wizard's hat over. Yes, okay. This is workable. We can deal with this. I'll slide that over. Okay. Hatris is a more relaxing game than many puzzle games. It takes a while before it actually gets frustrating. It's mostly just fun. You can kind of zone out, tune in, and just play. No frustrating boss battle. Ah, shoot, I don't have any helpers. Just when I say it's not frustrating, I'm finding myself. Oh, get that over. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Now, I could have moved that cowboy hat to the left and completed that stack on the left, but obviously that would make it super short, and I'm not coming up on a Vladimir very soon. So there's what I was hoping for. Get rid of that stack. I'll move this over to the... Oh, maybe I should move it over to the right. So space will get us nowhere to go. Okay, I need to focus on just getting a couple matches in there. So, oh, I thought that... Oh, there's 2 derbies on the bottom of that top hat stack. That's my problem. There's actually 3 of them. I just need a few more matches, and I can use a couple helpers, and that'll go a long way towards helping, but... Man, sometimes it's just hard, guys. Sometimes it's just hard to make a match. What is up with all these crowns? Ugh. Let's at least move this tall stack over. Have mercy. Can I get this wizard hat over? Yes, I can. Oh, we completed a stage. Look at that. We're kind of making progress. That's the other weird thing about Hatris too, is either you have no problems, or you make 1 mistake which becomes 5. But either way, whether you have 5 mismatches or 0, you stay in that mode for a while. It's just kind of a funny quirk of Hatris, part of that pace I keep mentioning. Hey look, we actually have wizards' hats and crowns back in the 2 high spots. And Alexi can help me get rid of all these stupid crowns that shouldn't be here! Get out of there! Throw those crowns out. Overthrowing the ruling class in Hatris. Can I get over? No, I can't. Ugh. That's not good. Ah, shoot. Now, see, that's especially stupid. And those 2 stacks in the middle, they go from baseball cap to cowboy hat. The other one goes cowboy hat to baseball cap. Had I been able to flip them, I would be just peachy, but I screwed up. So now I have to pay for it and deal with it. Oh, these double crowns. It's going to be higher on the left. Oh, I don't like this. Let's do something about it. Just a little something. Let's get the taller top hats over here at the very least. And I think we can drop the baseball cap and then the, yep, there it is. The top hat, get the crown back over. Space for the cowboy hats now. Space for top hats now. Clear the baseball caps. Oh wait, I can clear this and then put the other one there. Good. That's the only best case scenario for a double. You can clear a stack and then put the other one right where it was. Oh good, I barely made that derby switch too. I can't help but feel like I might have more mismatches than I will be able to effectively deal with since I have no helpers, but we'll see. Miracles do happen, you know. I believe it. Ah! Couldn't get the cowboy hat over. Okay, move the crown over. Come on. Yes. Barely the tallest. I really want to get rid of these cowboy hat stacks we have, and that's the reason why I don't have any place for top hats. Ugh, and now I do, but now I have 2 top hats and no place for cowboy hats. I must sound utterly insane to anyone listening. Well, now I don't have a place for cowboy hats! It's all top hats! All top hats everywhere! That's what Hattress does to you, man. It gets in your head. It messes with you. It drives you crazy. You start hearing voices. Okay. Sure, let's do it that way. Why not? Ah! I hate it when there's a double and you don't have a helper to get rid of it with. I mean, obviously, that's what you're gonna hate. It's gonna happen sometimes. Yeah, I mean, Hattress is a game where it does vary from playthrough to playthrough, but I feel like not very much. I mean, I feel like every time I play Hattress, I'm able to go about an hour. I'm able to get halfway through the second shop. Maybe the third, but usually not. It's usually right around the same. I'm always about halfway up the high score chart of the default, or default, however you want to pronounce it. It's not like, I feel like Tetris and Dr. Mario. Like in Tetris, you can have an excellent game. You watch a Tetris expert play, they're either getting the 900,000 or they're getting the 400,000, you know? In Dr. Mario, if you start at those super high level virus counts where there's not any room for error, then you're either going to clear the board or you're going to screw up real soon and die. I mean, there's a definite extremism there. There's a polar opposite result going on. With Hattress, the helpers give you so much forgiveness, and the pacing is slow-paced. Again, not necessarily bad things, but I do think it's a little bit of a flaw that it's tougher to make your games really outstanding. I mean, the real difference is in the precision perfection of an expert player doing so well for so long that he avoids a few more mistakes and thus he's able to go like an hour longer, which who really wants to play Hattress that long? I like Hattress as much as the next guy, but man, not one of those games I want to be the world's greatest at. Just a little boring, sorry to say. I love how my tone is changing though. We're about 45 minutes in now. I'm starting to explain why I don't like it. Even though I do like it. I like the theme of the hats and the cleverness, and I love the animated characters, and as a puzzle game fan, some of the ideas used in here and some of the programming quirks are really interesting and unique and neat and appealing to me, but don't, I mean, you'll never hear me say this game is as good as Tetris or Dr. Mario. It's just never going to happen. Because it's not. You may have noticed at some point that green shading. It's on the right column. It's kind of a weird border there, but it's also at the top of the play screen, the board of play. That is the game over barrier. Oh shoot, I wasn't going to make it all the way over. So I'm just going to delete that pesky double. The moment any hat goes over that green, light blue separation there, that green line, that barrier, that new territory, the greenness up there, that's when the game ends. If one pixel of any hat pokes above there, it's game over. In fact, with some types of hats, well, actually any of them at some points, once you get to a certain height, you cannot drop a hat on there. You have to try and earn an Alexi just to help you out. And wow, just like that, while I've been talking, we're already in a much better place. Although I'm not sure if I'll be able to move this derby over, so I'm gonna just cancel that pair out, because I know this next one will be better. But look at this. We have crowns on the right, wizards on the left, and 4 different columns in the middle for each type of hat. See, look at that. Just in a few minutes, I was able to recover from that mess I was in. I can clear that and move the top end into its place. Okay, we're rocking. This might be a good game after all. And I'm already re-energized and how? I was going to say I was happy, but then I made a mismatch. It's okay, it's okay. Just one little mismatch. We're okay. Ugh. Let's get rid of that one. Let's get 3 on that. 1, 2. Boom. I don't want to have to use Alexi there. Maybe I shouldn't have. We'll see. It's cool. We're okay. See? Just need a crown and we'll be back in business. Look at that. We got 2 bald heads down there. No hats on them. When's the last time we saw that, huh? Look at that. Crowns over there. I might get to the 3rd shop after all. Even farther. This could be my best Let's Play video ever. Certainly better than my ice hockey video, man. Oh, I don't have any helpers, and I'm a few away from either of them. Ugh. Okay, let's see. Ooh, it has might, and had it not, it would not be. Okay, this is really bad. This is getting... shoot. Okay, if we can clear the crowns and the cowboy hats, I just need 1 more for each. We might be able to do something, but I'm not going to be able to move this crown over once I get on the... Oh, let's do the crown first. Then the wizard's hat. There we go. Okay. Do that. We can drop the baseball cap straight down. Those match up. Okay, good. Ooh, let's see. This is the problem with tall middle stacks. I can't put this anywhere. Grr. Grr. Yeah, column 4. That's going to be a problem, folks. You know what? I probably should use my Vladimir and move that tall stack to the right side. But I'm gonna see, since I just earned an Alexi, if I can do this a little bit differently instead. I can remove those cowboy hats and derbies only need one hat to go too, so we're actually not too far away. There we go. Okay. Oh, but see, this is still going to be... I thought it was fixable, but maybe I'm not. Okay, well, let's... Okay, we can temporarily reserve the top hats in column 3. Yeah, screw it. Move it on over! I thought I could fix it, but nope. I'm just gonna move it now. See, well, oh! I was gonna say, see isn't that much better, but I didn't make the derby hat all the way over. Oh man. I like the look of the crown wearing the derby hat. I always thought the Dracula faces are kind of weird at this stage of the game, but... Oh, the same faces repeat every shot, it's just... Yeah, Dracula, that's kind of weird. Jeez. Okay, let's tap that over. See, I'm not going to be able to use these two right. So we're going to switch. Just to make them disappear. Because ultimately, this crown, which I'm going to move to column 4, is going to get this baseball cap on it. I think that's what I'm going to do. There we go. So we can work with this, right? We're doing okay. Yeah? Yeah? I think so. Well, here's my problem, though. The next crown I get... Hello, ladies. Yeah, because even if I put the cowboy hat... Yeah, I'm going to put on the left rather than on those crowns, just because those crowns are going to go away pretty soon, hopefully. That's where I want cowboy hats to go. Now I can put them here. Perfect, okay, good. That's exactly what I needed. So now we have 2 tall stacks, we can put the baseball cap there. Move the top hat over just to keep the stack height. Okay, good. Okay, this, I can work with this. No I can't. That's exactly what I wanted to avoid, we couldn't. Those are 2 derby caps under the top hats. It's hard to tell sometimes, but they always got that distinctive redness across them. Let's do it like that, and then get rid of a couple over here just for insurance sake. Okay, crown on the derby. That's pretty straightforward. We're 53 minutes in. Hang in there, folks. Puzzle game action. Oh boy, that okay. Crown derby should be fine. Crown derby, okay. But then derby top hat. I was able to do that. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to. Wizard crown, good, good. Wizard baseball, baseball easy. Wizard derby, that should be fine. Crown top hat, just gotta pick which top hat. We'll do that one. Wizard cowboy. We actually have a couple helpers banked up too. This is good. We'll do cowboys there, so crown baseball. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do baseball derby, am I? Nope. So let's get rid of that pair. Suckers! Crown baseball. And then wizard cowboy won't be a problem. Wizard cowboy. Cowboy top hat won't be a problem, but just barely. Crown top hat, not a problem. Let's just do the same thing again. Boom. We can pick where we want baseball caps to go now. We even have a blank head to work with. We got top hats back in the game. This is a nice rhythm. You'll notice now the hats are beginning to fall at a noticeable pace. Definitely a couple times faster than they were at first, but still certainly manageable. We're not falling at any rapid rate of speed yet. Okay, shoot. Let's go ahead and Alexi. Get rid of these 2 top hats. I got my eye on this wizard's cap over here. could get rid of those 2 crowns, but let's keep the wizard hat way up there. That's fine with me. Actually, it's probably a mistake. An advanced player probably would have got rid of those 2 crowns, knowing they still have enough space to maneuver. We'll see if that proves to be my downfall, but we're actually doing okay right now. We're doing okay. I admit I am beginning to feel a little more frantic, a little more anxious, a little more pressured, because I'm going to have to make that sacrifice there rather than burn a helper. And as I was talking, I just screwed up. And I had to put the top hat somewhere, and because of that, I had to put the baseball cap somewhere. At least we can match that top hat. Crown, and we can designate a new derby pile. We'll do it to the lowest spot. Top hat cowboy's fine. Crown, okay, good. We can do wizard's cap again. Crown baseball next to each other. Top hat cowboy won't be a problem. In fact, that should be 2 matches. We can pick whichever baseball cap we want and just continue that way. Start top hats again. Wizard top hat, no problem. This is going to start to get interesting though if I put that. Oh boy. Let's place 1 and then I should not. Ah, shoot. I should have burned a helper to get rid of that wizard's hat. A wizard's hat is a bad one to make a mistake with because it raises the stack so high, even underneath those neatly stacked derbies. Derbies are your friend. We do have 2 cowboys going on right now. That's not good. This town's not big enough for 2 cowboys. Oh, I meant to burn both of them. I only got. Ah, jeez. Alright, guys, I can feel it. I'm starting to make too many mistakes. I'm sorry. I'm not really. I think the only difference between me now and me getting much better is I'm just not a patient enough guy. Like, we're almost an hour into this. I can't maintain so much concentration for so long. Well, I could. Just not today, not this time. I'm making a Let's Play video, who cares? Well, no, that's not true. I should be doing as best as I can. Yeah, I'm talking to myself again. Let me give it over to Cowboy. Top hat Cowboy, no problem. Top hat Derby should be able to make it over there. Let's see. I'm not even going to press down. I'm just going to let it fall naturally and then scoot over, scoot it, scoot it, scoot. Oh, no, it didn't make it. I'm going to have to burn it. Oh, then this next one's going to be interesting. Oh no, I'll be fine. I can clear the crowns into the top hat on the stack. I can move this all the way over, or should I start? I'll start one. Okay. That's no problem. Crown Cowboy will be no problem. Crown's back in action. Crown top hat, no problem. Wizard Cowboy, no problem. Not to jinx myself, but right now we're looking okay. This is somewhat manageable. Wizard Derby, no problem. Crown top, no problem. Derby top, that's gonna have to burn an Alexi on it. But we can get these stupid cowboys under the top hat and then get a couple things out from this wizard's cap. Okay, this looks good right now. But I saw this one coming. That's not much I can do about that. And then see how that one mistake, now I can't move that one, and now there's multiple mismatches. And now this is going to screw up. It's just one mistake compounds so quickly. 7 pairs ago, there were no mismatches on top, and I've added 4 new ones. Like, it's just, ugh. That's the thing about Hatris. You make one mistake and it just piles up real quick. There's more work to get rid of them. I'm gonna have to burn an Alexi here. This is my last helper for a while. I mean, look, I have 0 out of 5 towards getting a new Alexi and 1 out of 5 towards getting a new Vladimir. So we're gonna have to really tighten our game up here and get a lot of matches. Just see, but I can't. Like right now, I know where to put this top hat, and this next one will be fine. I can wizard's hat, baseball cap, no problem. Crown, derby, no problem. I want to get rid of the ones on top of this top hat. Maybe I should get rid of the blink one if the top hat's there instead, but it's too late. I already made the decision. Okay, we can do Crown Cowboy right next to it. That's fine. I think we can nudge Cowboy over from here. Nope! Nope, we can't! So that's gonna suck. Let's see if we can clear... Ah, jeez, I'm fricker. Okay, top hat there, I guess. Crown... Oh. Okay, Wizard Derby. Okay. There's a match. We're getting closer to helpers. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. We can do this. Just make a few more matches, Eric. And we can pop the helpers and get... Ah, jeez. Those are... Ah. There's not even a derby stack, and now we don't have height. I'm just going to add height. I don't even care. I mean, I do, but... Okay, move over. Yes. That's not where we want crowns, is it? No. No, it's not. Well, at least we have an Alexi now. That's something. I hate to admit it, but there's certainly a lot of mismatches on screen right now. I should have put that in the middle stack, not on the side. That's going to screw me over in a minute. I can feel it coming. Oh. Why did I do that? I burned the pair, but I should have moved the tall stack over. Oh, too many mental mistakes. I got rid of the top hats just for their height, but I get rid of other things too. Because even if I put this crown down on the side, oh, you can match those two, it's fine. Okay, there's a match. We can side by side. Oh, I know one problem I have is I'm being stubborn. I just put wizard's caps on the left by habit, but I should have went ahead and put on the right there. At least I'm thinking that's what I should have done. Maybe it doesn't make a difference, but... Here's crowns, but I have 2 crown piles though! Now I have 3 crowns and 2 top hats? That's not gonna work. Oh man. 2 cowboys. This town is not big enough for 2 cowboys. Crown top hat. Wizard derby, that's fine. Oh, see, I'm not gonna be able to reach it. Nope, I had to drop there. I'm not gonna be able to do both of these. Oh yeah, I can. Gosh, have a little confidence, Eric. Okay, move this over. This is gonna be a problem. Yeah, ooh, and this one. Well, not as much of one. This derby under those 2 top hats in column 4 is going to be the death of me. That one derby cap separating 2 columns of top hats is going to be the death of me. That's going to be what does me in. Oh, there's a mismatch for you. There's another one for you. There's a mismatch for you. Oh, we actually cleared something. Hallelujah. Oh boy, we only have half the screen to work with now. Decision making has increased necessarily and exponentially in speed. I do have 2 helpers lined up, but I'm gonna really try to get a couple more matches in before I need to pop them. So we did that. This is a rather tall stack of mismatches. Let's move that over. Let's see if I can put the wizard and then move it all. Well, no. Oh, what am I doing? That's twice I've done that now. I've popped a helper, but then forgot to use him. I just did it to get rid of a pair. That's a bad habit. Hattress tip, guys. When you're playing Hattress, don't get in that habit or it's game over. Don't pop a helper just to get rid of a pesky pair and then not use the helper. That is a very bad idea, and it's what led to my demise. But I will put in my initials for my score of 58,564. Thanks for watching. This has been Hattress. Subscribe, like, etc.